Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Blessings to all of you. So today I like to look at something which is probably a thing that every one of you is aware of, but rarely we notice it. And this is an emotional layer that we call in the tradition the double. So what does that mean? It means that when you have, for example, a sadness, you are sad about the sadness. When you have fears, you fear the fears. And when you have a depression, you are depressed about being depressed. Yeah. So it's a kind of echo that we emotionally create, no? And this way that we somehow reflect our emotions permanently to ourselves shows that we live in a kind of split situation, no? That we are not really unified with ourselves. We can say the personality and the individuality is not really one yet. Yeah. And when you become aware of this fact that you are sad about your sadnesses, angry about your anger, fearful about your fears, and so on, then it is a good moment to understand the only way you can become wholesome is to contact what we call the time zone where there is no reflection. So when we go back in the timeline, in the past, we have this reflection from the past to where we are now. When we go in the future, the same thing. No. So the only time zone where we are not being reflected in our mental echoes, in our emotional echoes, is now. And that gives an inconvenience. This gives us a very uncomfortable feeling. And that's why we don't like to be there. We don't like to stay in the presence because the presence has no echo. So we feel kind of void. We feel a kind of emptiness. We feel a kind of nothingness. Yeah. That we are somehow in a state of nothingness. And there's two ways that you can come to this state of nothingness. One, for example, is that you become very rich. And on the way of richness, and when we say rich, it doesn't mean you're just a little wealthy, but you are really rich. Talking about billionaires, people that have too much money in every sense of the world. No. So when a person becomes very, very rich, especially in the West, what they will meet sooner or later is emptiness. Yeah. It's a kind of meaninglessness, is a kind of no understanding. What am I here for? Yeah. And when you reach to this point, you see that you look for a new strategy, and this is why these rich people going uh, in this direction of new age, which is actually not much helpful to them because the new age doesn't tell anything about nothingness or emptiness. Yeah, as it is always has to be something where you are, where you appear, where you feel, where you are special and potential and totally different than you are now. Yeah, you are potentially the greatest king on earth and the greatest knower and the telepath and God knows what is there. But yet your present situation does not reflect that, right? So this is this echo of promising The echo of hope. Yeah, you hope for the hope. And the other way where we go into nothingness is just to see that there is this split. And whenever we become aware of being split, yeah, in many ways, time-wise, emotionally, mentally, when we are jumping from role to role, when we are not aware of subconscious things to conscious, which is also a split, then to be in the presence and to hold it, to try to hold it, to try to really focus on it, turns into an experience of wholesomeness, where everything is integrated. When we are in the split mode, we disintegrate in everything. And we integrate when we are coming to the one time zone. So make this practicing that you look into your echoes, into your emotions, that you feed them by echoing. And when you become aware on it, that you fear the fear, that you're depressed about your depression, sad about your sadnesses, angry about your anger, and so on, that is a step towards awakening. Thank you very much. Wishing you the very best, and see you soon, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.